At this hour, I'm Christina Aguayo in Dallas, and here are your top stories. An Ohio correctional officer was killed after he was assaulted by an inmate at the Ross Correctional Institution on Christmas morning. According to a statement released by the Ohio Department of Rehabilitation and Correction, Officer Andrew Lansing was a longtime, well-respected employee at Ross, and his untimely death on Christmas Day is heartbreaking for his family, the entire Ross Correctional Institution family, and our agency as a whole. Officer Lansing was loved by his colleagues and known to be a great support for his fellow RCI staff. He was a friendly, outgoing officer who treated everyone with respect and was always professional. Lansing was found severely injured at the scene. He was quickly transported to a local hospital in critical condition. Despite efforts to save him, he later died. The president of Teamsters, Sean O'Brien, revealing some pretty startling details during an interview with Tucker Carlson about his experience with Kamala Harris when she was running for president and trying to get his endorsement. Listen.
Rank and file members are asking her questions just like they asked every other candidate. And they were trying to negotiate with us. She only wants to answer 3 questions. We're like, there's 16 questions here. So she answers 3 of them. And on the 4th question, one of her operatives or one of her staff slips a note in front of me. This will be the last question. And it was 20 minutes earlier than the time that it was going to end.
Come on.
100%. And so, you're there trying to get our support. And her declaration on the way out was, I'm going to win with you or without you.
She thought that or said it out loud?
She said it out loud.
The University of Oregon professor who was fired after telling Trump supporters to kill themselves has a meltdown on social media, saying he's the real victim.
I don't care if you are my family. I don't care if you're my friend. I don't care if we've been friends our entire lives. If you are so sad about your groceries being expensive, get a better paying job. Do better in life. Get an education. Do something. Because you are stupid. And I hope you go jump off of a bridge.
The man accused of attempting to assassinate President Donald Trump in South Florida won't be tried until September of 2025. U.S. District Judge Aileen Cannon said in an order that Ryan Ruth's trial will now start on September 8th instead of the previously scheduled February 10th start date. Ruth's attorneys had asked the judge to delay the trial until next December, saying they needed more time to review the evidence against him and decide whether to mount an insanity defense. Ruth was arrested after he allegedly tried to shoot Trump while the president was golfing in Florida. Ruth's charge of attempted assassination of a major presidential candidate carries the potential life sentence if he's convicted. He has pleaded not guilty. President Donald Trump says he will vigorously pursue capital punishment after Joe Biden commuted the sentences of most people on federal death row to stop Trump from moving ahead with their executions when he takes office. Trump criticized Biden's decision to change the death sentences of 37 out of the 40 people to life in prison without parole. Trump said that he will direct the Department of Justice to pursue the death penalty, quote, as soon as I am inaugurated. Trump adding that Biden's move was senseless and insulted the families of their victims. In a post on Truth Social, Trump said Joe Biden just commuted the death sentence on 37 of the worst killers in our country. When you hear the acts of each, you won't believe that he did this. It makes no sense. Relatives and friends are further devastated. They can't believe this is happening. Included in those who were sentenced to death were child killers and mass murderers. An Azerbaijan airliner with 67 people on board crashed, with an official confirming that 38 people were killed and 29 survived. The Embraer 190 was en route from the capital of Baku to the Russian city of Grozny in the North Caucasus when it was diverted and tried to make an emergency landing. The president of Azerbaijan said that it was too soon to speculate on the reasons behind the crash, but said that the weather had forced the plane to change from its planned course. Russia's Civil Aviation Authority said that preliminary information showed that the pilots diverted to Aktau after a bird strike led to an emergency on board. New information coming in about the man charged in the stabbing deaths of 4 University of Idaho students inside their off-campus residence in 2022. According to body cam footage released by police, Brian Kohlberger was investigated in connection to a suspected home invasion near the home of the students in October of 2021, more than a year before the stabbings. According to reports, a woman told police, quote, I heard my door open and I looked over and someone was wearing a ski mask and had a knife. She said she kicked them in the stomach and screamed as loud as she could. That's when she said they ran out of her house. The alleged incident, which happened about 10 miles from Moscow, Idaho, where the students were killed, happened at 3:30 in the morning. The case was left unsolved until 13 days after Koberger was charged with 4 counts of first-degree murder. United Airlines has confirmed that a body was found in the wheel well of one of its planes after landing in Maui. Maui police say they are investigating the discovery of that dead body. In an emailed statement, United has said the body was found after Flight 202 arrived at the airport from Chicago in the wheel well on Boeing 787-10 that was only accessible from the outside of the aircraft. And they also said that it was unclear how or when the person accessed it. Colorado secured what it said was record insurance coverage for quarterback Shedeur Sanders and Heisman Trophy winner Travis Hunter as the star duo opted to complete their college careers in the Alamo Bowl rather than sit out and prepare for the NFL draft. Colorado did not say how much insurance coverage each received, citing privacy laws. However, Coach Deion Sanders and athletic director Rick George both said it was the biggest in college football history. Colorado made sure that Sanders and two-way star Hunter received larger policies since both are expected to be among the top 10 selections in the NFL draft. That's what you need to know at this hour. In Dallas, Christina Aguayo, Salem News Channel.